Welcome back, fellow gaming droogs. Tighten your bowler hat, pour yourself a fresh glass of Malacco, and get sharpened up. There's me, that is Akomi, and my droog, that is Turk182, and we sit in the Korova game bar, getting ready for a bit of the old ultra gaming.
Here right now, this is the Adventures of Bayou Billy. I'm gonna flip shit.
Nope, this is a special treat.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Alright, so I'm gonna unmute this and whip away the paper. Clockwork Orange.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so unfortunately it's not displaying the audio for whatever reason. But, I mean, it's all 8-bit stuff anyway. So yeah, as you can see, this is the 8-bit Clockwork Orange game.
I never knew such a thing existed.
Neither did I, and unfortunately it has this stupid Game Maker Lite watermark, and I'm really not sure what to do about that, but what little bit I've played out of this is amazing. It's very faithful to the film and the book. I'm actually going to have to edit some of this just so that YouTube doesn't... give us trouble as far as like censorship stuff goes.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you know, Clockwork Orange is where we get our namesake for the show. So here you go. I've been waiting weeks for you to get to play this.
All right.
We actually didn't do an introduction either, so we'll do that. Welcome to the Korova Game Bar. I'm Akomi.
It's Turk182.
And this is a special surprise for Turk that I've set up. So,
Alright. So a Clockwork Orange. This is awesome. I did not know such a thing existed. This is kind of cool.
I'm super excited about it. I only played a little bit and knew I needed to just keep the rest blind for the channel.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit enter so we can get started here.
Alright.
Alright, what's it going to be then? There was me, that is Alex, and my 3 droogs, that is, okay.
Pete, Georgie, and Tim. Yeah.
And this all goes by really quickly.
Yeah, and there's no way to adjust that. This is a little bit amateurish, for sure. Okay, yeah, now the capture's looking good. We had a little hiccup with our capture. So, and because of that, because that first capture crashed, I'm going to point out, you're not wearing the clothing from the movie, you're wearing the clothing from the book, which is pretty awesome. Like, the book is actually pretty descriptive of the clothing they wore. Very, very different from the film. There is our namesake, Korova Milk Bar.
Got these lovely duckies here. I got my bat. I'm swinging.
These chickses.
And there's me. Hello, me.
Oh yeah, so there's the guys from the movie. Which, once we start airing these videos, we'll have our title card up so people recognize the outfits just based off of the title card.
This guy here, he's all buzzed up. I'm like, hey, out of my way! Oh, he dropped his milk.
So that's a scene both in the book and the movie. That, like, they pick a fight with a guy in the bar before leaving. And now as you get here, here's a guy from the library.
Hey! Oi! Out of my way! Stop it! Those aren't mine! Someone else! You deserve to be taught a lesson. I don't have a good British accent.
So...
Move along,
Oh,
man.
he's running.
What you get? Reader of filth and waste? You naughty yuck you! Alright.
So yeah, apipolylogis, that's a thing in the book. So the librarian scene was actually in the book and not in the movie. They deleted that scene from the movie.
Oi!
And we got tits. Yeah. Believe it or not, they're only 8-bit, but I'm going to have to censor that before so YouTube doesn't give us trouble.
Oi, too.
So yeah, that was a scene in the book that did not make it in the movie. Like I know the book and film storylines pretty obsessively. So yeah, this is actually the scene that opened with the movie. Go on and do me in, you cowards! I don't want to live in this stinking world no more. And
so just thinking about it, the stinking walk says no law no more. Oh yeah, well that's what you get. Oi, oi.
So like yeah, it's only. So yeah, there we go. You're like me, just chase the naked chick. So this is the big battle between Billy Boy and his gang, which was in the film. So For those who are not familiar with Clockwork Orange, and hopefully not too many people would be completely unfamiliar with it, but It's all about these ruffians and street gangsters and hooligans who just go around pillaging and breaking stuff up and raping people, and it's pretty horrible. So, like, the scene that we just walked into there, Billy Boy's gang was about to rape that girl, and Alex and the Droogs came and completely wrecked shop and tore them up. So now they're in, I cannot remember what the car was, it was like a 1996 something. And the whole thing is that they're just cruising around, causing wrecks. In the book, they actually hit some kind of freakish animal, but it doesn't really describe it, it's just kind of Lovecraftian. And here's one of the most infamous scenes.
I get to go home.
You've gone home. I hope my friend is hurt in the road. May I use your telephone? So...
Get out of my house.
Grab him, Dim. So here's the thing. This was in the book and never in the film, and it didn't make sense. A Clockwork Orange, the book was called that because of the writer that they're attacking here. He was writing a book called A Clockwork Orange, which it was a story about morality. It was basically saying... that, so before, yeah, don't go to the right yet, because I'm gonna just babble about this for just a bit, but the book was about morality. It was saying that an orange has the capacity to be sweet or bitter, but if you take away its choice and make it mechanical, then it can't provide any nutritional value at all. So it's basically saying if you enforce morality on people, then morality loses its value. So all that was completely left out of the movie. I absolutely love Stanley Kubrick, but I don't know why he left that out. But now we're gonna get into what was the most disturbing scene in the movie, and is going to be the most disturbing scene in this game, I feel. So head on to the right. And, yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I was wondering why I wasn't using my club there.
Oh, you were using a different club. Yeah, I'm gonna have to censor all this shit.
Wow.
Now, I'm gonna point out, it's very fitting that these are Atari-grade graphics for this. Now, you would think the guy who made the game was doing it just to, like, make it a little more passable, because, good lord, it's rape. But actually, there was a lot of hardcore porn games on the old Atari systems. And not a lot of people know that, but that was before the day and age of the ESRB rating board. It was before there was a lot of, like, parental watchdog groups. So there were tons of porn games, just, like, weird, gross stuff, too.
I've heard, but I couldn't tell you any names. I've heard that some existed.
There was like Nightwalker, there was Beat 'em and Eat 'em, there was a few. I really don't remember a ton of the names. Oh yeah, so here's the lady, she's singing... What is she singing? I think she's singing Beethoven's Ninth? So like, the Ode to Joy? So I think you have to hit Georgie here, yeah, there we go.
What was that for?
Oh yeah, no, what happens is Dim is like making fun of the chick singing, so he hits Dim, yeah. And there's the movie Droogs again.
I guess I can't beat anybody up now.
Yeah, I was hoping you could. So the whole thing with the Korova milk bar is very interesting because it's Moloko Plus, which is like Russian or whatever for milk plus, and basically they would drink milk and spike it with different drugs, and you could get uppers or downers, and Alex would always take the uppers that made him a lot more violent. And that's why he was always obsessed with the ultra-violence, because he was all drugged up. So he just came home, listened to classical music. He always would listen to classical music after a night of pillaging and raping.
We want Georgie as leader. What? You've been too harsh. And what do we do first, Georgie? Bit of the Moloko Plus?
So they've actually got the guy's weapons right, which is really cool. You know, like they've got Dim's chain and all that. Oh yeah, that's right, yeah, because Alex decides to attack. Because he has to put them in their place.
Yes, Georgie, what'd you have in mind?
We shall go at once. So, like, it really doesn't convey in the game, and in the movie, we don't want to just sell and go away. Oh, hey. Have a new key command, that's nice. So, yeah, this was a pretty... It was a little bit less weird in the book, but it was really weird in the movie. Alex breaks into this woman's house, and she's like this old crazy cat lady, but her house is just full of erotic art. And so, like, in the movie, she's actually just got a bunch of big statues of penises and stuff.
Which they used to attack her with.
Yep, he clubbed her head in. And, oh yeah, chained across the eyes.
And now I'm being hauled away because my droogs betrayed me. End of Act 1.
Oh, is that all there was to the game? Oh, nope.
Nope.
Georgie died, serves the traitor. Okay. So yeah, you are now 655321. Oh, cool.
Kick, but I had no chain.
That is a badass kick there. Oh, there's the chaplain. Now, even if people have not heard of A Clockwork Orange, I like to think that they've at least heard of the Ludovico technique.
Yes, yeah, they definitely should have heard about that.
Because, it's been parodied in The Simpsons at least twice, if not 3 times, that I can recall.
It's been parodied in some of everything.
Oh, yeah. So it's like, even if you've never seen or read Clockwork Orange, you're sure to be familiar with the whole thing of, like, strapping someone down and forcing their eyes open. So this is, I know I have not gotten this far when I played through, but I believe they're gonna have a scene in here that was in the book and not in the movie. Now, have you read the book, Turk?
I have not read the book, unfortunately.
It's very good. It would be a lot harder. The Droogs have their own weird way of talking. Oh, here he is fantasizing about scenes from the Bible. That's actually in the book and the film. He dreams that he's one of the Roman soldiers who crucified Jesus.
And found this guy was trying to attack me.
Oh, yeah.
While I was sleeping. Take that, you dirty punk.
Yeah, that guy wanted some hot gay man love.
He's perfect for the Ludovico technique. I actually have a couple copies of Clockwork Orange.
Oh, nice.
It's one of those books that I buy every time I see one with a cover I don't have.
Right.
Along with anything by Ray Bradbury, Lord of the Flies, and A Brave New World.
Nice.
And I have 10 copies of Illustrated Man. And it's just a thing.
Oh, yeah. Totally understandable.
What's wrong with vitamins?
Oh, that is one busty nurse. We got some Heidi Klum level baps there.
Okay. Sorry, I was just like, what, Heidi Klum? I was like, okay, yeah, alright, that works.
Yeah, it's weirdly specific, but she was good stuff back in the 90s.
There we go.
So there we go. Oh, I hate this watermark. Oh, not the Beethoven. Not dear Ludwig van Beethoven. So basically, they're playing this classical music and just forcing him to this violence, and the pills, the vitamins that they gave him, make him extremely nauseous. So it's kind of a Pavlovian thing where his brain is equating the extreme nausea with the violence and stuff that he saw.
Everything that he likes, whether it's the violence, sex, and of course Beethoven.
Of course.
So all the stuff that he likes that essentially made him who he is, now that same stuff makes him sick and makes it so that he can't do those things anymore. Because whenever he has any kind of like thought or urge to do any of that stuff, he gets violently ill.
Violence is a horrible thing.
What did you do to him?
My art professor in college told us, and I think I was the one who brought up Clockwork Orange in class. I mean, it's obviously not an art thing. There we go, am I to be a Clockwork Orange? So that explains why the movie's called that, because anybody who just watched the movie and didn't read the book would probably wonder, why is it called A Clockwork Orange? But yeah, the professor was saying that, you can tell a lot about your own personality based off of, do you prefer...
Ugh. So you see that?
Oh, what happened?
When I hit the I can't go back.
But
when I hit the control key, which makes me like attack,
yeah,
I get ill.
That is awesome.
And it's also when I go back, so I can only go forward.
But yeah, like you can tell a lot about your personality based off of, do you prefer the first half of the movie or the second half of the movie? Do you like seeing Alex in a position of power where he can do whatever he wants and is essentially an anarchist, or do you like seeing it where he is forced into this position of morality? The whole thing is also a beautiful picture of karma, because everything he's done to wrong people eventually comes back to him. So you've obviously been in jail for a while. I think in the book he wound up in jail for like 2 years before they offered him the Ludovico treatment.
Alright, so now I'm just, excuse me, pardon me, I'm just a nice guy, regular part of society.
And, we remember this guy.
Oh, and now he beats me up, and I can't fight back, and the violence that they were putting on me just makes me ill, too.
And, oh hey, it's our Droogs.
Well, if it isn't Alex. And, of course, now my Droogs are police officers.
Oh, good old Dim, and Billy Boy, who was the guy that you fought and kept him from raping that girl at the first there. So
I can't get away. I can't run from the police because that's considered a violent act.
And here's the thing. The fact that they're exercising violence on Alex also induces the nausea.
And because they know that he can't fight back, they just continue to abuse him.
Yep.
So it's an interesting idea. The whole thing about it, and I have actually no control here. I'm not doing anything. Is that you. And I'm just taking a beating here. I can't get away. The interesting thing about it is he's a horrible person. And he is. But you feel bad for him, right?
Yeah.
When all of a sudden he becomes a victim, even though technically you shouldn't. You
Yeah.
shouldn't feel bad for him at all. But you feel bad for him, because, he's a victim now. But this is something that he brought upon himself. But then, because the people that he victimized, right, in some cases, and in some just, like his Droogs were horrible people too, right? The fact that he beat them up doesn't somehow make them victims.
Yeah.
But then you feel bad for him because now they've turned the tables on him and they're equally bad. And it's just this whole, I guess, dynamic of, who's a victim and who's not, and why do we feel sorry for people that are horrible people, especially if they just really are horrible people. I mean, I could, go on and, expound upon this and blah, 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 blah. But
Oh yeah, and it's a very philosophical thing. So, we're obviously very familiar with the story, very, very familiar. But for those who didn't get to catch that dialogue, because this dialogue scrolls incredibly fast, this game is a little bit amateurish, I hate to say, but yeah, the author was saying that his wife died as a result of the raping and beating, but he does not recognize Alex. So now, this guy is bringing in all of his publicists and fellow politicians and stuff to try to use Alex as a pawn to shut down this totalitarian government. Oh, and there he goes, the big slip-up. He says Dim, and they remember that he addressed Dim during the big rape. So, seizure warning. Gotta put a seizure warning on this video.
So
right now,
the guy knew who Alex was the whole time, and
Yes.
he was basically setting him up. He locks him upstairs in this room, and he does nothing but blast Beethoven, right?
Yep.
And which, of course, is just making him violently ill. Since he can't get away from it, he's just ill, and the only way he can escape is to jump out of this window. And then when he does, everyone, gathers around and is like, look what we've done to this poor man. We've made him, we've made it so that, he can't even protect himself. He's just this weakling. He's, there's nothing he could do. He was just, victimized by all these people, and they hurt him because of what we did by making it so he couldn't, protect himself or get away. So they reverse what they did to him so that now he can, he's cured. But when they cured him, they actually just put him back to where he was originally. So now he's gone back to being the same brute that he was in the beginning.
Yep. And it's pretty interesting. Apparently, in the European release of the book, there was a final chapter that was tacked on at the end that actually seemed hopeful. It seemed like Alex would actually turn out to be a good person at the end. And when they published it in America, they wanted it to be more of a warning instead of more of a hopeful story. So they just cut that ending out. And of course they didn't include the ending in the film either, because the book that Stanley Kubrick had access to was the American version. So, anyway, there we go. That's it killed it. So there goes the game recording, but I'll drop a cool picture in the background or something. But But yeah, so there's the game. That's like a little 5-minute summary of the film and the book, and I'm impressed that the guy actually referenced as much as he did out of the book. That was pretty cool.
It was good. And the only complaint I have with this is that I wish that the subtitles hadn't gone through so fast. You have more time to read them, especially with them being such huge. And we've got it blown up here. So if it was, like a smaller window size, then it would probably been easier to read because it would have been smaller.
Probably so.
But still, just being that they went by so fast, it did make it kind of like difficult to kind of follow along with the story. But awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. A lot of fun.
I think it would have been a really good introduction to A Clockwork Orange for a lot of people. I will say, I think it needs some work. I think the guy needs to, figure out the dialogue thing. There's a lot with just in the formatting of the game package itself. I had a lot of trouble getting it running on this computer. I had a lot of trouble getting OBS to capture it. So that's a lot of stuff that's just like, I don't know, maybe use a different program than Game Maker or something, I don't know. But, it's like, for an amateur attempt, I think it's really, really good. It's better than I could do for a first attempt at a game, but it definitely has areas that need improvement, and I hope to see those improvements. I hope that they keep working on it and keep polishing the game.
That's good. I wouldn't mind seeing other kind of games like this where it's taking some kind of like iconic novel and just making some kind of like video game walkthrough. It doesn't have to be like, where I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it into this big action-packed video game. No, this is not an action-packed game. I used a total of 4 buttons. I used the A and D to move back and forth, Control to hit or kick, and then W one time, which was to climb up the pipe.
Yeah. Or
the wall or whatever. So, but basically it's just a walkthrough of the movie. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that with certain games where just this kind of like play walkthrough. Yes, nice.
Absolutely. It kind of makes it like a let's read or something.
Yeah.
And it made it a much more immersive experience. And there was like no way to lose. Like there's no way your character can die or anything. You don't get hit and don't have damage, but there'd be some really good books for that. I'd like to see Shawshank Redemption done that way. I think that'd be fun. Not it. Final boss is a spider. It's a platformer now. Surprise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. You could make like up to 4 players for like the different kids and everything.
Okay, actually, that would be kind of cool.
Then you have to like you could do all kinds of things with it. Like you could have like a Minesweeper type thing with like the red balloons and stuff, and you gotta like pop balloons or whatever to like escape. But you pop the wrong one, and there's it. And he gets you and rips off your arm. It's like, find Georgie's arm. Is this Georgie's? I don't know. But you could probably do that. You could probably do it and do like a memory matching game for like the medicine cabinet scene. Like,
oh, jeez.
Like, just flip this over. It's like, Xanax? Oh, no. It's Prozac. It's like, flip this over. Oxycodone? Okay. Oxycodone. Yes, I got a match. All right.
Oh, gosh.
All right.
Well, thanks everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. The game is pretty easy to track down, but more than anything, I hope this has inspired you to actually check out the movie or the book. I'd say read the book before you watch the movie, but definitely check out both. Stanley Kubrick's a brilliant director, and Malcolm McDowell's a great actor. Hey, there's lots of boobs in it, so... And
it is disturbing.
It's definitely disturbing.
Don't get us wrong. Just because... And when we say we like, we're not one of those people who are like, oh, yes, Alex is such a great person. No, he's not a great person. And we recognize that, despite, the, movie posters and movies and naming our channel after that. He's not a great person. We don't idolize him in any way. It is a good movie, though. And it does have a really strong message.
Very, very strong. All right. Well, we will catch you guys later.
Very nice surprise, sir. Thank you.